my life I've barely spoken. Your words have been so broken. I've been under your hypnosis. Why did I sip that potion? I'm so done with holy ghosting. My birth, it is an omen. Lay me down up in the ocean until you see no motion. Right now I can barely focus. I'm showing no emotion. On your knees, show your devotion. My skin is black but golden. I'm not here for bragging, boasting. Ain't lying, I've been chosen. Mind is burning, heart's exploding. This is my magnum opus. Are you with me now? Said, are you with me now? Ain't felt this good in a while. They want us to simmer down. Can you hear me now? Am I going in and out? I stop and just look around to see if you're with me now. Tell me, are you with me now? Ready to put it down. Start at the bottom, already forgot them, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd, but still I just look around. Are you with me now? Are you with me? Step in the fire, get ready to take it higher. Real coming out your amplifier. Y'all want every black man to be rich with pride. Why these weapons up and turn into shy, huh? Cell phone became your brother. Internet replace your mother. You leaving homies on red. It's no wonder all your friends dead. Jealousy was a centerpiece, so my best friends turned to enemies. Sabotage my identity. Why they wanna treat me like a Kennedy? They wanna affect the legacy. Protect the heart, I cut off the extremities. I'll never be another piece in your recipe for social supremacy. Are you with me now? Said, are you with me now? Ain't felt this good in a while. They want us to simmer down. Can you hear me now? Am I going in and out? I stop and just look around to see if you're with me now. Tell me, are you with me now? Ready to put it down. Start at the bottom, already forgot them, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd, but till I just look around. Are you with me now? Are you with me now? Are you with me now? Said, are you with me now? Ain't felt this good in a while. They want us to simmer down. Can you hear me now? Am I going in and out? I stop and just look around to see if you're with me now. Tell me, are you with me now? Ready to put it down. Start at the bottom, already forgot them, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd, but still I just look around. Are you with me now? Are you with me now? Whoa. I feel it coming now. It's too late to shut it down. I'm waiting about now. Burning the valley down. I don't know where my mind is. Don't even know what time is. Somebody stop the virus. I don't think I survived this. I feel it coming now. It's too late to shut it down. Over the mountain now. Burning the valley down. I don't know where my mind is. Don't even know what time is. Somebody stop the virus. Room full of bodies, but nothing but silence. Yeah, I'm quiet, but f*** all that shyness. Go crazy, turn this bitch into an asylum. You fly, but we ain't looking for pilots. I never bow down to a tyrant, His Highness. Even Jack said, f*** all them giants. What goes up comes down, man, that's basic science. Look at my iris and you'll see the fines. I'd rather not get involved with you. What's the problem, man? I'll solve all your sign. How you find when your time up? How you climb when your line stuck? Barbershop getting lined up. Yeah, your hair good, but your mind super clear. Uber everywhere. This sound like Superman is here. Are you with me now? Said, are you with me now? Ain't felt this good in a while. They want us to simmer down. Can you hear me now? Am I going in and out? I stop and just look around to see if you're with me now. Tell me, are you with me now? Ready to put it down. Start at the bottom, already forgot them, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd, but still I just look around. Are you with me now? Are you with me now? Hey.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ward Radio live stream. I am your host, Cardin Ellis, and today I'm joined in the studio by my lovely wife, Brittany the Shadow, who's sporting some of the new merch. What do you got going on there, Bird?
What am I wearing? I'm wearing my WardRadio shirt, the fitted ladies edition shirt.
Yeah, so if you got tired of the baggy unisex shirts, you know, we got some really cool fitted shirts for the ladies out there. If you guys want to be able to watch Ward Radio with your husbands and feel like you fit in, also got a new shipment of hats. Those will all be showing up on the website shortly. We've replenished the supply of all of our shirts. If you guys want to make sure you support the channel, make sure you buy a shirt It's one of the coolest and funnest ways that you can support our channel and also just spread the love of Ward Radio. Also, I am joined in the studio by none other than the editor-in-chief of Ward Radio News, none other than Luke Hanson. What's going on, Luke? How you doing, man?
Hey, doing good. It's great to be in studio with you.
All right, rock on, rock on. Via Zoom, I meant to say. Via Zoom, I apologize. Okay. So anyway, and we're going to be talking about a really interesting topic. Apparently there's some big claims from the, how do you say it again, Luke? The Ojibwe?
Ojibwe? Yeah. But he says that it sounds like there's more syllables, so I don't know if he's doing 2 words.
I thought I heard
Ojibwe.
Ojibwe. Yeah, I thought I heard Ojibwe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, well, either way, some big claims from the Ojibwe here. I thought the title of this live stream was pretty hilarious. You said he was a descendant from John. You tell us what's going on here. Tell us what's going on, bro. You're the editor-in-chief.
Actually, I have scrambled and I have pulled clips, and I've actually pulled up him telling us what's going on and what he's descended from. So he'll be able to tell it better than me.
Oh, okay, cool.
If we want to bury the lead just while people are coming in, we could talk about one of the cool pictures that we got from one of our subscribers.
Oh, get out of town.
Want to do that now, or
yeah, no, let's
do
it right now. Do we put that in the Discord, man?
Yeah. So it's just up. It's Jonah Barnes put in the Discord today.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen this. This is so cool. Check that out. So who is this? Oh my gosh, it's the first time we've had a Ward Radio shirt. Where is this?
Is that the Sacred Grove?
I was going to say, that looks like the Sacred Grove.
Get
out of town.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to pull up who it was that sent this in. Let me see here.
Yeah, who was the one that sent this in? This is way cool. So we got our very first...
And the account just says, because he sent it to me as well, and it just says, Hell of a Ute is the X account name that sent me this.
Really? Yeah. Wow. This is cool.
He was a rep in Ward Radio in Palmyra, New York.
I feel like we've established a new economy here, and I'm really excited. Like, you know how, for example, like when AI came out new, it was like the first AI this happened, the first AI that happened. And whenever the internet was new, like the first person to get that, URL of this thing or of that thing. And now, like, I don't know, the first to do X, Y, or Z. Now we're going to have all of these firsts. The first person to wear a Ward Radio shirt while skydiving. The first person to debunk a conference protester with a Ward Radio shirt over their shirt and tie. We've got the first person to show up in the Sacred Grove with a Ward Radio shirt. That is pretty cool, and this person gets props. I'd love to know who this is. And I write when we're doing all of the fulfillment of the orders, because me and Brittany do all the fulfillment of the orders ourselves. Luke's been here. He's seen it firsthand. It's a madhouse, right? But I try and write little notes on there that say, hey, thanks for supporting the channel, and also send us pics. And we haven't gotten a ton of pics. We've gotten some really, really good ones so far. We got what's it called, over YouTube, who showed us him doing his mission call in his Ward Radio shirt, which was pretty awesome. We also got Nutty Entertainment, but I don't think he was in a Ward Radio shirt. This is our first one in a Ward Radio shirt in the Sacred Grove. Do we have any other photos that I've missed out on people doing cool locations?
I just put another one in the chat. This is the same guy, and this is at the church, I think there's like churches on 3 corners or something like that in Palmyra, New York.
Yeah, look at that. All right.
Yeah, Church Street in Palmyra. This might be one of one of the few places where there's a church on every corner in the intersection. Don't know if I'm getting that right or not, but yeah, here he is. And he said in his message to me that he was having a fantastic time telling all the members that were also visiting the Sacred Grove about how great Ward Radio was when they asked about his shirt.
Oh, yeah. Now we're cooking.
Cardin, where are we going to go in our Ward Radio shirts? That's cool.
I don't know. I'll take you out on date night, babe. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do in a Ward Radio shirt?
I don't know.
You should go to that restaurant, like that buffet at the top of the Joseph Smith building that looks over the Salt Lake Temple.
I've never
Have
been
a little
there.
date night
but
there.
everyone always does their little photo ops there, right? A lot of people get engaged there or whatever. Yeah.
Are our shirts within the dress code, bro?
I don't know.
They are now.
Yeah.
We're making it. We're making it happen.
We're making it happen. All right. That is absolutely hilarious. Also, you wrote your first opinion piece on Ward Radio News, from what I understand.
Well, I didn't write the first opinion piece. We actually had our first guest writer write our first opinion piece at Ward Radio News.
Get out of town,
if
really?
If anybody's got some sort of burning idea, some hot take that they want to run by us, we have the contact us page at wardradio.com, or you could just directly email clerk@wardradio.com, clerk@wardradio.com. So this guy just emailed 2 weeks ago or something and said, hey, I also returned from Ghana, Cape Coast a bit ago. I want to talk about how fast it's growing there. And I said, write it up, send it in, and he did.
Oh my gosh.
So
here it is. Look, if you guys haven't subscribed yet to the Ward Radio News blog, you got to check it out. Luke is doing a bang up job over there. And here it is. It will be long but must go on. Remarkable church growth in West Africa is there's a ... there. So I'm going to click on it and see what the rest of the article says. But it says, is filled with opportunity and challenges. And this is an opinion piece by Davin Stevens. Oh, dude, we're going to have to react to this tomorrow morning, man. I'm going to have to totally react to this tomorrow morning. This is so exciting. I'm stoked to check it out. Is it fun doing Ward Radio News yet, bro? Is it fun, or is it still in the ground and pound sweat equity stages?
that is the fun stage, Carden.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
That's a good answer. Good answer. Good answer. All right. So anyway,
Carden, people are asking, when are the hats going to be on the website?
Oh, well, if all goes well, the hats are going to be on the website today because I'm going to be pulling the pictures from this live stream. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be pulling the pictures from this live stream and pictures of you in that shirt from this live stream.
I got to turn into a model first, people.
Yeah, so smile, look happy, look happy. Screenshot. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's funny. So anyway, yeah, they're probably going to go up later on tonight. I literally just picked them up today. The guy that makes our merch is really, really cool. It's this family-owned and operated business. The dude makes all of the uniforms for all of the stunt guys at Universal Studios. He does all the big movie chains. He does the merch for all of the he does the merch for all of the a lot of the movies around. Like, I don't know if you've ever been. Have you ever been on a movie set, Luke? Like a real movie set?
No.
Oh, you never have?
Mm-mm.
It's customary. Actually, I shouldn't say customary, but it's very common when a movie gets made that the gaffers, the directors, the producers will make a large run of shirts for everybody that is working on the film as like your merch. In fact, when you go to Goodwill here, it's kind of funny. Like, if you're a cinematographer in Hollywood, you have a shirt from like 70, 80 films that you've worked on over, you know, the past 3 or 4 years. And so ultimately you can't keep them all and they got to go. So literally, like, you'll find, I've found merch from like A Nightmare on Elm Street original shirt. I found like merch from Pirates of the Caribbean, from like cool horror films, like just in the Goodwill off Sunset Boulevard. You know, some guy that worked on, I don't know, Taylor Swift's 2017 tour just decided to get rid of the crew shirt. And it's actually pretty cool. You can pick up some of those things in some of the thrift shops here. So anyway, this guy that makes the Ward Radio shirts also makes those shirts, and he's a super cool guy, and they're super high quality. Brittany, what would you say about the quality of the products we're pushing? This ain't no, you know, direct print to order garbage. How would you say it fits?
It fits great. I really like this fitted lady shirt. Boys, you're probably not going to want this one, but for the girls, I really like it. It is fitted, so if you want a little looser, I would size up. I feel like it's true to size. I'm in a small. I usually wear a small. Yeah, I mean, I think I look good. So yeah, I like it.
All right, rock on. Okay, cool, man. So anyway, I guess let's talk about this Ojibwe guy. We got everybody here in the chat. Thanks for showing up. Brittany, if you could be keepress of the chats, everybody please make sure that you like the stream on your way in. Make sure you share it with your friends, because apparently there are descendants out there of not just John Taylor, not just Joseph Smith, but Teancum or Omni or something. You know what I'm saying? So Luke, what am I checking out, man? Do we got the where are these clips?
So let's go. Yeah, let's go in the not the Discord, but the Google Drive for Clerk at WardRadio.
Okay, cool. Sick.
And I have a file in there that's just called the name of the tribe, and I have 3 clips for us to look at. Now, people send us stuff. I usually am the one checking the email and also the Instagram messages, the X messages, all the different, like 5 different places people can message us. And people often give suggestions, and we are appreciative of them. I have never gotten 5 suggestions for the same clip before.
Okay.
Like, everybody has been sending this in.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, this thumbnail came up. Well, not this specific thumbnail, okay, but the thumbnail that became part of our thumbnail on the right came up like 5 times today. You know what I'm saying? On like 3 different accounts on YouTube. Okay, I got recommended this guy's face. So I was like, okay, what's going on, man? And the YouTube channel I'd never heard of before. It was like Home in the Heartland or Heartland Forever or some, I don't know, looked like one of Rod Meldrum's friends, right? You know what I'm saying? Somebody gave a boomer a microphone and a YouTube login. And next thing you know, he's doing Zoom calls with a dude, you know, claiming to be something pretty awesome. All right.
Okay, wait, hold on. Not to like digress from what we're talking about. Put back on that thumbnail. Why do you and Luke look so happy and I look like that? Did me dirty with that thumbnail.
Well, yeah. Well, see, now I've got the smiling. See, now I've got smiling Brittany right now, and then I can make that. I can make that.
Whatever.
I can make that the thumbnail.
I just saw that and I had to address it.
Did we do you dirty in the thumbnail?
A little bit.
Just a little
bit. It's
Okay.
fine.
So anyway, yeah, here's Homeboy making
the funny thing, Brittany, is I actually prefer my thumbnails to be like the explaining face. Like if I'm talking like this, I think that's better than just kind of like
being
on
all
the thumbnail
cheesy.
for me. So
Yeah.
Okay, so which clip am I playing first? Descendant?
how about we start with number 1? Yeah.
Okay,
Descendant.
so here is clip
So this is just him
Descendant.
explaining
Joseph-
who he is.
Okay.
So everybody gets caught up here.
Okay, so we're just gonna do just a little what's it called? We're just gonna do a little reaction really quickly to Descendant.mp4. Good job naming this, bro. This was that was a solid. I like how you were so good at doing these clips because I don't get them confused with everybody else's that just gives them some weird random name. You always have the underscore and then the 1, the 2, and the 3. It's actually pretty awesome. So okay, cool. So here we go in Media Player. We're gonna watch what Homeboy says.
Joseph Smith's father was Joseph Smith Sr., but he had an uncle named Azel Smith Jr. And his daughter Martha Smith was baptized and confirmed by Hiram Smith and her cousin Hiram Smith and David Whitmer. And she married an Indian. That is one family through my mother. And John Taylor is through my grandfather, my mother's father. He was the 3rd great grandchild of John Taylor, who was a prophet in the church. And I carry his journals, and I'll bring them with me to show you the things he wrote about. And so I have that side of my family that growing up was giving me a book and saying, here's the history of your other side of your family, which was my father. And his family is the most renowned Native American family in Anishinaabe Algonquin history.
All right. Okay. So really fast, I want to take a step back so I'm not looking at the forest from the trees, right? In a nutshell, what's this guy's claim? That he's got unforeseen before journals of Joseph Smith and John Taylor, that
well, he's just saying that he's a descendant of John Taylor, so he like has some of John Taylor's.
Yeah, what's the
journals.
overarching claim though? Like, why is this guy popping up on my YouTube today?
Joseph Smith had a grandfather, Azel Smith, so his father's dad, who fought in the Revolutionary War. He was the one who like prophesied that some sort of person would come through his line to restore Christ Church on the earth. That same guy, his granddaughter. So Hiram Smith's cousin got baptized into the church. So he's not directly descended from Joseph Smith, but he's from Joseph Smith's grandfather,
Yeah.
who like prophesied about Joseph Smith essentially.
Okay.
So that's on his mother's side, I think he said, and then on his mother's father's side is great great grandson of John Taylor. So that's his mom's side of the family. And then
Okay, well, I
from his
heard something
dad's
about
side of the
like
family-
temple rituals. Like he's making some kind of claim about the
yeah.
tribe
So
becomes
he's also
okay.
the chief of this tribe now.
He's the chief.
Because of his lineage. He's also the chief of this Ojibwa tribe.
The
okay?
Ojibwe.
So in the
okay.
second clip, in Ojibwa tribe. So in the second clip, he's going to explain when he became the chief. He went through some of the rituals through the lodges, and for people who don't know, I'm assuming here that they kind of are referring to them in the same way they refer to Masonic lodges, where you like get inducted into the Masonic Brotherhood with secret ceremonies.
Yeah.
Not unlike the temple endowment. And his claim is it's not just that they have some similarities to the temple endowment, it's that they basically are the temple endowment.
Get out of
I've cut
town.
the parts of him saying that. I've cut the parts of him saying that in clip number 2.
Okay, wait. So I just want to make sure that I'm representing this correctly.
Yeah, full disclosure. I am so lost. Like I am at the train station. I saw the train come and go. I didn't get on. Like I don't know where I am.
Okay,
but
I'm gonna try and explain this to you. All right, babe.
Okay.
So it looks like Homeboy has been picking up a lot of steam today, because
Also, Homeboy, does he ironically, maybe not ironically, that's not the right word.
oddly
Oddly, kind of resemble Ed.
Oh,
doesn't he kind of look a little Ed-like?
He does.
dude, he does.
I think that's why I didn't get on the train, because I've just been staring at him. And I'm like, that kind of looks like Ed.
This does. It looks like Bodyguard Ed. Oh
Okay,
my
sorry.
god.
I just had to get that out of the way.
That is too funny. I cannot believe my eyes, but dude, you are 100% right,
Kind
babe.
of looks like Ed.
That looks like Ed. If his hair just were a little bit darker, a little bit shorter,
Like a younger version of Ed.
and just a little bit, yeah, that is
Right.
too funny. Okay, so anyway, if I want to make sure that I represent this right, Luke, and correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Just correct me if I'm wrong. This guy right here is the chief of the Ojibwe tribe, which seems to be a tribe. Yeah. From the little that I saw of the YouTube video, it's a tribe that hangs out generally in the border between Canada and America. Am I correct?
Yeah. They're kind of like split through Canada.
Cool. Awesome. Excellent. And this guy is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, in addition to being I don't want to say a member of the tribe, because it's not like you buy in, right? But a descendant of Joseph Smith and so on and so forth, but also in this Indian tribe as well. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So he's going to explain like the whole point of him saying what he says in clip number 2.
Okay.
Where he makes these claims.
Okay, awesome. We're going to watch clip number 2, and then we're going to have to get inevitably to the super chats that I'm sure are coming in. So anyway, here is clip number 2, temple.mp4.
And when they called me back, they picked me as a headman. You know, with the Midu Lodge, I became a lot more involved with our traditional side. And in doing that, made my way through the lodges, through Garden River Ojibwe Nation, which is the headquarters historically, and up through Maniwaki in Quebec. And I discovered something amazing, that the scrolls that were put in front of me, some of them dated the 800 AD, that the story was the same. Not only that, and when you go through the lodge, there are 4 rooms, and the 4 rooms that you go through are the journey of the first 2 people on this earth in the 4 chapters of their life. And I said, I've been here before. I going through the temple, this is the same. You could walk in our temple right now and it'd be the same. Even the symbols of the Aaronic and Melchizedek priesthood you get in the temple are the same in our lodge. The only difference is we put Sema in our...
Okay, I'm just going to pause this for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
This blurry screen that you get right there always happens when people like don't wipe off their iPhone after their body oils get on the phone. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, is that just bad compression, or did this guy not wipe off his freaking phone? Was he exfoliating? before? Was he exfoliating before the interview? Okay, so here we've got
As interesting as the sweat on the camera lens is.
okay.
He has said some pretty interesting stuff about these rituals that he goes through
Yeah, and
in the lodge.
we're gonna let him finish. Sorry, there's another. I just stopped for a second. There looks like there's another 30 seconds left. Let's let him finish. Let's see what he's got to say.
Hand that you would call tobacco that we never smoked initially, call tobacco that in our hand. That you would call tobacco that we never smoked initially.
Yeah.
It was used that if you took something from the earth, you had to put something back as respect. And so we used tobacco for that. Somehow that became something that was smoked along the way. Everything gets perverted.
Yeah.
You know, Brigham Young did good to get that out of the church.
Okay. All right. So, Luke, what's all this mean, bro? What's all this mean? Tell us what's up.
Well, I mean, he's talking about, so the ceremony that they do, it is following the narrative of the first two people on the earth. He talks about how their tribe names kind of mean that they are spiritual beings housed in physical bodies, that you go through like a 4-part process, and that there are certain signs that match essentially identical for certain signs dealing with the Aaronic and Melchizedek priesthood in the temple.
Okay, and he mentioned
which is kind
scrolls.
of crazy.
So he mentioned scrolls. Yeah. Like, is that just a colloquialism for old records? Or is he claiming that his tribe has had a written record that dates back to 800 AD? I mean, that's 1,200, 1,300 years ago, man. That's some old school stuff going on, you know. And I know that there's records that date back that far in the Americas, but the ones I'm familiar with are petroglyphs. You know, they weren't manufacturing papyri on the Mississippi like they were on the Nile. You know what I'm saying? But are there any pictures of this? Is there any kind of reference to other?
So that's the thing that we need. Like, that's why we need to get a hold of this guy, because
okay, yeah,
like he says there's these scrolls from 800 AD.
Okay.
He doesn't quite say what's on them. But obviously Indian traditions are usually very oral, and he mentioned, I think it was 9 generations or something of oral tradition. So at least the implication that he's given here is that these ceremonies he's talking about, which almost exactly match the endowment ceremonies, date back to before Joseph Smith gave the endowment. And couldn't have known about them because they're up in like the Canadian border area.
Well, and there were ancient tribes that did record their stories on like animal skins that could be rolled up oftentimes in kind of like a leatherworking style. And of course, obviously the Mayans did have their codices, and that was 600 years after when the conquistadors showed up and so on and so forth. So we know it's within the ballpark of possibility that there were some, whatever this written record is, I don't know if scrolls or paper or 8.5 by 11 legal size is, we just have to see them.
You just have to see them.
Okay.
And carbon date them, I guess, or like, and I don't even know what he was saying was on them, but
yeah, okay.
He's going to make in clip. We'll just play clip number 3.
Okay.
And he'll kind of make what his conclusion from all this is.
So he's not just saying, it seems like, if I'm understanding this cat and his claims correctly, he's not just saying, hey, look, our Indian tribe has some origin stories, and look, there's a little bit of overlap, some, symbolism here, like maybe they got a flood myth just like everybody else, right? No, I mean, he's pointing out some specifics here, saying like, okay, 4-room temple, talking about the first 2 people that God created on the earth, and giving some specifics there outside of the realm of like Carl Jung's archetypes, right? Outside of the realm of just Freudian archetypes, outside of the realm of the hero with 1,000 faces by Joseph Campbell, all right? He's pointing to some really interesting North American specifics here that are kind of, they make your ears perk up. They're kind of exciting to listen to. I'm loving this. I don't care whether it's real or fake. I'm loving this. Every last inch of this. This.
Well, another thing is, because I'm not a Freemason, another thing that might explain this is maybe what the Freemasons do and some of the symbols and secret things that they have also map onto the endowment, which then would explain a little more of like why they might be similar among each other.
When he said the lodge, was he referring to the Freemason lodge or an Indian lodge?
No. It's probably like Sweat Lodge.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like an Indian thing. But from what he said, it sounds kind of like a similar process that you're going through. You have like these secret ceremonies that involve some sort of ritual drama that's going on with like secret knowledge that's being imparted. So.
Okay, babe, are you on the train yet?
Let's just go to the last clip.
Are you on the train yet? Are you on the train yet?
A little bit, but like half my body is like outside the door.
Yeah, you're just hanging off the edge. You're like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
So catch us up on the super chats really fast before we go any further.
Okay, Stephen Diamond says Temple Rock pins. Everyone needs Temple Rocks. Also, YouTube won't let me do a $2 chat. I tried posting this when we were talking about the shirts.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay.
But thanks for the fact.
We're gonna have to do a limited edition. We're gonna have to do a limited edition shirt on Ward Radio that just said "Temple Rocks!" with like some pebbles or something. The Nauvoo Supply guy has showed us some really, really cool shirt ideas that he had. He's a great graphic artist. Who knows? Maybe we have to make like some cool limited edition on Nauvoo Supply. What's it called? Temple Rock shirt or something like that, just for our viewers. That'd be really funny. So
my guess would be that Steve Diamond would think that was an abomination. That you would just have stuff about Temple Rocks instead of actual Temple Rocks.
Yeah. Okay, true that. Okay, next super chat, babe. Next super chat.
Robert Hall says I don't know how to pronounce that population that we're talking about.
The Ojibwe. Yeah.
Ojibwe? Okay, population is approximately 320,000. He's not the chief of all of them. He says in the video he's a chief of just one of their many tribes.
Okay. Now, I did see the part where he was talking about the many nations within one nation and so on and so forth. And he said,
I think he was talking about, he said like 130 communities of people. That he's at least over like their land claim disputes and is sort of their leader on that front.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, because he did say, for example, would you ask a Frenchman if he's the same as a German? He's like, yeah, well, amongst the tribes, it's that way too. So I wasn't sure whether or not he was referencing a tribe within a tribe and they're all still the same tribe. Like, I'm a Californian, but the Californians from Modesto and from Fresno County are a little bit different than the Californians from San Diego and LA County. So I don't know if he was like making that kind of reference or if he was saying like, yeah, don't you dare call me Chumash or Cherokee. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're a different nation altogether. So I wasn't quite sure when I was watching the video what he was referring to in that regard. But okay, this is fun. So now we're going to go to clip 3, you say, right?
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. I survived.
Bless you.
I survived, everybody. I'll be okay. So anyway, here's a call to the church.
And I just feel that there's one thing that needs to be settled right now, once and for all. And that's that the Book of Mormon is not a fairy tale. It's an actual historical fact that relates to the Anishinaabe peoples.
Oh, yeah. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Now we're making some bold claims.
I am sitting on the train with a snack.
Oh, dude, I can hear Rod Meldrum, and I can hear Brill Hernandez, and I can hear all of them. Yeah, bro. Was there a big soccer stadium in Sierra Leone where you served your mission?
There was big-ish.
Is soccer big in Sierra Leone?
Yes.
Okay. So I lived on the border of Congreso and La Boca in Buenos Aires, the capital city. And anybody familiar with international soccer might recognize names such as Maradona, names like Messi. All of these people have played in the stadium called La Bombonera, which is the stadium of La Boca, which is the equivalent of like the New York Yankees of Argentina. As an individual team, they will beat the national teams of like 90% of the rest of the world just as their individual athletic club, right? And they're like the Dodgers are and the Yankees are to baseball as Boca and River are to Argentine soccer. And La Bombonera was built because so many people go so wild when they're jumping and they're chanting. The building and the stadium was built to sway 8 centimeters under the pressure of everybody jumping and chanting, ole, 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 and all of their other songs that they chant. It was made...
Which is about 3 inches for the standard unit
exactly.
disadvantaged people.
And what's crazy is when Boca is playing River, which is the 2 rivals, since it's such an ancient field and the stadium was built where the field was, people don't realize there's no parking lot surrounding it. When you go watch La Boca, they have to shut down 20 square blocks in all 4 directions. And then people walk in because you will literally have 20 feet that way, the entrance to La Bombonera. And then on the other side of the street is an apartment building, like an 1890s apartment building where just some old lady just still lives with her 3 cats and her 2 grandkids. You know what I'm saying? And it's just right in the heart of, you know, the oldest part of Buenos Aires. So there's no parking lot surrounding it. You can literally live within 50 yards of La Boca and be 3 blocks away from it. And it is so gnarly. Our mission apartment was next to that stadium. And when they would be playing their rivals or a foreign national team would come in or something like that, you would just hear it, dude. You'd be sitting there. You'd be sleeping. You just fell asleep. It's like 10:30. And all of a sudden just... And then just like the windows start shaking, car horns start going off, fireworks start happening, and the city explodes for like 3 to 5 minutes straight, right? That's what the Heartlanders are doing right now. The Heartlanders right now, they just heard this guy.
I mean, the channel is like called Out of the Heartland or something like that.
Yeah, the Look, we're going to play this one more time just for all of our Heartlander buddies right here so we can hear them go nuts like they go nuts in La Bombonera.
The Mormon is not a fairy tale. It's an actual historical fact that relates to the Anishinaabe peoples.
Boom!
Now, we did have a chat. We did have a chat from Fidget the Crazy.
Okay, what'd she say?
And it's a good time to bring this up because she said, okay, Cardin, please, speaking as someone obsessed with Teancum to an unhealthy amount at the moment,
okay.
What is Teancum doing in the title of the stream?
Oh, he was just the first Book of Mormon character I could think of. Like, I was like, okay.
/ the coolest.
Yeah, / the coolest. Yes, exactly.
He didn't say they are the direct descendants or they're the only descendants. He just stated his belief that it's an irrevocable fact now that they are related.
Okay.
So there's some sort of relation, there's some sort of connection. So I think even though he came out very strong with the statement, I think he still is hedging his bets. But we'd have to look at stuff a little more.
Okay, cool.
The parallels that he's pointing out are very striking. They'd have to be verified by like a second party. Those scrolls would be interesting to look at, but it's definitely interesting.
You know what, Fidget? You know what, Fidget? I'll rename the stream. I'm doing it right now. What do you want to call it, Fidget? No, I'm just kidding. Let me see. Descendant of Joseph Smith, John Taylor, and Friends of Teancum. I don't know, whatever we'll call it. Just like the hidden history they're keeping from us. That is. What's the name he said that it's the true story of who? It wasn't the Ojibwe. What was the name of the people that he said it was a true story of? I'm going to play it back one more time really fast.
It's an
just said
actual
it's not a fairy tale
fact that relates to the Anishinaabe peoples.
Okay, the Anishinaabe peoples. So I'm going to change the live stream to be ethnographically correct and represent this brother.
I think she wants you to keep it Teancum.
Oh, she wants me. Okay, the choice is yours, Fidget. Do we keep it as Teancum or do we go back to the...
I think so.
Whatever he said. Anyway, let's finish the clip. Let's finish the clip. Let's finish the clip and let's see what he's got to say.
Yeah, so the rest of the clip's actually kind of interesting.
Okay, here we go.
It's a fairy tale. It's an actual historical fact that relates to the Anishinaabe peoples. We presented this story with our head elders, not me alone, but with our principal elders who run the lodges, to the top Jewish rabbis from the Jewish Learning Institute, the National Committee for the Furtherance of Jewish Education, the rabbinical councils and we know rabbinical councils in the Jewish faith, you can't even get married. You can't get divorced. They handle civil matters. The rabbinical councils, the yeshiva out of Jerusalem, They were all there, and they signed a proclamation with me that declared that we were the same as them.
Wait, whoa, whoa. Stop the presses. That we were the same as them? What's that saying?
Well, once again, I'd love to see this like documentation and stuff. At another part of the video, he said they were with him for like 2 years. And apparently they have this like group of Jewish scholars, Jewish learned people that say, yes, you come from like our religious tradition, essentially. Like your narrative of who you are as a people matches who we are as a people. And apparently they seem to have signed off on this tribe's belief that they came from a long time ago and came across the ocean from the old world into the new, which apparently a lot of tribes believe, at least according to Wayne May. A lot of tribes believe this. But apparently they are the only ones so far that has gotten the actual Jews themselves to sign off and be like, yeah, you're part of us. So
all right, cool. Dude, this guy's double or nothing.
If that's true, that's definitely something.
Yeah, dude, this is awesome. This just like keeps getting better. Like he could have just stopped with like that little teaser, and this would have been one for a solid journal entry. But now he's naming the tribe, he's naming the rooms. This is sick.
Well, and who is he talking to? Like, who are those other men in the video?
Well, this guy's exfoliating.
Well, he like gave a list of organizations.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. I think what Brittany is saying is, who are these other people that are interviewing?
Yeah.
This.
Oh.
And one says David W. Allen, and I think he's the one with Jurgen's face cream on his phone still. And then there's this cat right here that keeps popping up that we keep seeing that looks like he's the principal character of the interview. And oh gosh, I'm trying to see if I can scrub past his name. No, he's not showing up. But this cat right here, it's interesting. He's got the turquoise ringlet, and I see that he's got the cool necklace and everything. So I mean, he's not footing the bill. That means you're paying for it. He's filling the bill. No, not filling the bill. He's filling the job requirement. I can't remember.
He's legit.
He's looking legit. Yeah, fits the bill. That's the word I was looking for. That's the phrase I was looking for. So anyway,
well, the funny part is at one point in this video he said earlier this year in September of 2023. So I don't know if he got confused on like what year it was, but it just kind of seemed like this was recorded like 6 months ago, and then just got reposted here from like somewhere else, or somebody had it on their computer or something. Like, I don't know where this thing came from. It just sort of like popped up on this channel.
Yeah, it's like literally it came out of nowhere.
Much interaction before.
Yeah, now everybody's talking about it. So it's like, do we got another case of Saudi gold plates on our hands here, or is this guy just like gonna drop a bombshell on the what's it called, on the Book of Mormon literary community? By the way, I just love that these people are like coming out of the woodwork now and actually making bold statements like this. You know, these guys got guts. I dig it. What were these people doing sitting on this interview for 2 years?
He's going to finish off with a rather bold statement. But before that, I do want to just point out that we don't quite know like how this information passed around. This actually kind of reminds me a little bit of Man Who Would Be King, if anybody's familiar with that, by Rudyard Kipling in like the 1800s. And it's like these two dudes that go out into the tribes of somewhere in like Arabia, into like a fake land. He made up this land, and they like taught them the Masonic order that like Masons had taught them before. So like the people thought that they were gods, and they like basically amassed all these tribes together by like coming in with knowledge about the Masonic order. Point of that story is that these informations, these religions can spread from culture to culture, these narratives, these creation myths. And so it's not necessarily the case that even if this is legitly the Book of Mormon story that's been passed down from these peoples, that it came from that people. They might have gotten it from somewhere else, who maybe got it from somewhere else. Like, a lot of things can happen in 1800 years. So I don't know, but it's an interesting evidence.
It's just cool.
And now
it's just cool, man. I want to hang out with this cat. I want to hang out with this cat. What's his name?
It'd be cooler. Oh, what was it? It's in the title of the video. I forget what it is, but
Medega.
It's in
is
the title of the video.
Yeah, that's what it says on his little Zoom screen right here. It says Midega or Midega. I don't know how you pronounce it. But anyway, okay, we'll let him finish. I'm going to roll back to the
And
first
he
part
gets
here.
a little spicy at the end here about the church.
Oh.
Really?
Actually. Mm-hmm.
He gets spicy about the church, huh?
Just a little.
Okay.
Just a little bit of spice, a little bit of heat.
Okay, we're going to start all over just from the very beginning really fast. Let him speak uninterrupted. Go.
And I just feel that there's one thing that needs to be settled right now, once and for all, and that's that the Book of Mormon is not a fairy tale. It's an actual historical fact that relates to the Anishinaabe peoples. We presented this story with our head elders, not me alone, but with our principal elders who run the lodges, to the top Jewish rabbis from the Jewish Learning Institute, the National Committee for the Furtherance of Jewish Education, the rabbinical councils and we know rabbinical councils in the Jewish faith, you can't even get married. You can't get divorced. They handle civil matters. The rabbinical councils, the yeshiva out of Jerusalem, they were all there and they signed a proclamation with me that declared that we were the same as them, that we come from them. And if they will do that, my question is, then why wouldn't the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints do the same when they're carrying a book where they're saying that our people came from over there in a couple migrations, specifically from when the great house of the Lord fell initially?
Oh, and the Heartlanders. It's not enough that the church department changed the definition of the River Sidon. They got this cat telling them, how dare you walk around not emphasizing the glory of these peoples with a book that literally claims there is a connection between the two. Wow, that is interesting, man. Okay, Luke, help us digest this, bro.
Yeah, he kind of repeats his claim in another spot, and he kind of says, like, why don't they accept us? And it was confusing to me because I'm like, there's no priesthood ban on you. Like, all your tribe could get baptized if they wanted to. So I was like confused what he was getting at, but it appears that he's saying more what it sounds like in this clip of like, basically he wants the church's official position to be that among the descendants of the Book of Mormon people is this tribe, and kind of like, I don't know, have that as like an official PR statement or stance, or like he wants them to get invited to BYU to do like research with them or something. I'm not quite sure what he's saying here, but apparently he's strong enough in his conviction that he feels like he can call out the LDS Church and says like, hey, we got all these Jewish rabbis to acknowledge what our roots are. Why doesn't the church do the same? So maybe we'll get a gospel topics essay in the next 6 months here. I don't know. But we definitely have to validate a lot of these claims first before doing something like that.
This is so cool. So, question to the church, Chief Medega of the Ojibwe. So this is interesting. This is the original video. Oh man. Whoops. I actually almost played somebody else's commercial. Shame on me. But anyway, so this is the original video right here. If you guys want to go check it out on YouTube, and it's titled Question to the Church, Chief Medega of the Ojibwe on Book of Mormon Heartland. Oh yeah, no wonder. We should have seen that coming a mile away. But it's got 24,000 views just in 2 days, right? And
I think when I downloaded it 3 hours ago, it had 21,000 views.
Wow.
So it's still going. Still got legs.
This is so awesome. Okay. So, oh my gosh, look at the second question right here. Look at the second question. The second question by John Jorgensen, 6904. You know what, John Jorgensen? If you order a shirt online, I'll autograph that shirt if you put it a request for that in the on the order form online. I'll autograph your shirt just for making this comment. Look at this comment right here. John Jorgensen says, I hope Chief Medega will go on Stick of Joseph and WardRadio. Yes! So, hey, That would be true to our mission statement that we talk anything and everything tangential to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So, Luke, man, what do you think, bro? You're the one that made the clips of this guy. You saw the entire video from beginning to end. You're a smart dude. I trust you. What should we think? Do our thinking for us. Isn't that what podcasting's all about?
Well, yes, of course. That's what podcasting is about.
Yeah.
Not about creating community or cool stuff or anything like that. It's just brainwashing.
You're a propagandist. Tell us what to think and who we should shame for not thinking our in-group messaging.
What we need to think is that this is very interesting. It's very cool. We should all send it to our grandmas, and then we should wait to see if it gets validated. Okay. I think that's what we should think.
How do you validate an oral tradition? Isn't this guy the authority on what the oral tradition
is?
You
get the scrolls.
Well, that's just the physical evidence.
No.
Yeah.
You get as close as you can to like a double-blind study. So like you just have people go out and ask other tribe members questions about their ancestry. Or you ask like the oldest people you can find questions and see if all their stories line up, and then you can have a pretty good idea that he's not lying about this.
Okay.
You can get those scrolls. You can go and ask the Jewish people that he said he talked to.
I want to talk to those cats.
You can interview other people about what these ceremonies are that they've got going. You could do some investigation to see if it somehow came from like early settlers that got mixed into the religion somehow, or if it actually did come from that tribe, or they got it from a neighboring tribe before the settlement of America. Like, could look into a lot of these things more and kind of validate these claims. If it does turn out that they have a lot of Jewish history that did not come from the settlers in America in the 1600s and 1700s, and that these ceremonies that they go through do line up with the temple, and Joseph Smith couldn't have gotten it from them or them from him or the Freemasons, then you start to have a pretty good case that there's at least something that they got from somewhere that probably is coming from the same source that Joseph Smith got his stuff from.
Dude.
Independently of each other.
This is cool, man.
You got to check it first.
Okay, cool. Brittany, catch us up on some super chats. I see some super chats have what's it called? Been coming through, if you know what I'm saying.
All right. Robert Hall says, get him on, ask non-confrontation about ancestry.
Yeah, why would we confront him about his ancestry, man? I mean, I believe the guy who's I don't see him being motivated to lie about some of these things. Sure, I mean, anybody can be mistaken about anything from while acting in good faith and all that. But I don't see this guy as having any real upside for lying or fabricating a story. I mean, it's not like he's offering tours of the Ojibwe
but like,
Lodge.
Where has he been?
Well, it looks like he's just an average member. Like, this is the thing. Like,
but like, why say this now? Is my question.
Like, Reed Moon all the time digs up original copies of the Book of Mormon that have just been like sitting in some random family for like 7 generations, and finally he picks it up from somebody that's just like, oh yeah, like my grandpa's grandpa said something about like the founder of Mormonism like signed this book or whatever. Can you authenticate it? Is it worth anything? You know what I'm saying? And then like, to the trained eye and to a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that holds our origin stories sacred and, you know, loves Joseph Smith and the early church fathers, we may open that up and see Hiram Smith's signature and, you know, notes from Newell K. Whitney and Joseph Smith himself and say, oh my gosh, where have you been all these years? Why didn't you tell us about this? Now the person might be like, so I'll sell it to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's to me, it seems like he's just a normal guy that's, I don't want to say a mid-level chief because I don't want to be disrespectful, but like, it seems like from what both Luke has explained and also what I saw in the small clips that I saw of the video before this show, that, you know, he's over a section of his tribe. He's not the big chief, but he's not a little chief, and he seems to be like a dude. You know what I'm saying? But the tribe has an awesome story, and the tribe is not yet in the limelight. Like, for heaven's sakes, it was only in the 1920s that we finally discovered King Tut's tomb, like less than 100 years ago. And archaeologists
knew it was there.
Yeah, okay. Well, we suspected that in some of those places there was an uninterrupted tomb there. But also, like,
but essentially, we knew what to look for and where to look, and it still took that long to find it.
Yeah, like we're still,
there's a lot of stuff out there.
We just used LiDAR to find pyramids in Mesoamerica 2 years ago that were less than a football field away from existing pyramids that archaeologists just walked by, not like thinking it was just a common hill. So it's like, it's so easy in our daily lives to just walk by something sacred, not realizing what it is because of just information overload. I could see how a guy like this could just come out of some border tribe in North. Also, here's the other thing: there's probably not a lot of members where he lives. I mean, if he's really on the border of Canada and the United States of America, it's not like this is the tribal chief of Davis County in Utah, where, you can't go 2 blocks without meeting somebody who wants to know your history, your family history, and what it has to do with Mormons. He's probably surrounded by just regular, Midwestern or North American, just common folk, right? So anyway, what would you say, Luke? How could he have come out of nowhere? Where's he been hiding this whole time? Or were you just saying Sorry, keep going, Luke.
Yeah, I guess it's just like you have to find somebody who actually talk to you, and maybe he's been on a video that got 900 views, and then for whatever reason this just got big, that the algorithm found it and it got big, and now people are talking about it.
Okay, dude,
it just kind of happens like that sometimes.
Okay, and then the last question is, I'm trying to find the guy that he interviewed with, and I'm just trying to pause it right there when you find him. Because the guy that he interviewed, does he or does he not look exactly like the original dad in Elf? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to pull this over. I can't find it. But he looks literally like the original dad in Elf. I'll have to pull it back up when I come across it finally. But anyway, okay, cool, sweet. What else we got on the docket, bro? What else we got on the docket? What else are we talking about?
I mean, that's basically it. We're doing a nice, short, sweet live stream.
Well, no, you got to say why Homeboy. We only got 4 minutes left here. Sorry.
What are you saying?
Why Homeboy says what's blowing up in Africa. What did Homeboy say about why
the church is blowing up in Africa?
Yeah, why the churches serve there, man.
You gotta look at the story for all the stats. But I will share, and this is from the church news site. It's not like he did this research or anything, but the church in Africa, from I believe it was 2004 to 2014, or maybe it was 8 to 18. Yes, I think it was 8 to 18, grew by 120%.
Jeez, I'm looking at the graph right now. Holy smoke.
Members that are there are now 22 members in Africa.
Jeez.
Over 10 years. The second highest country to that rate is the Philippines, and they're under 30%. So people are aware the church is growing fast in Africa, but just how much compared to other places is it's a little bit unknown to them. And he goes into some of the detail on why that is. It's a very God-centered culture. He didn't say this, but I would add wokeism has not arrived at its shores yet. They'll probably get there through technology within the next decade or so. But for now, they're still very God-focused. Talking them kind of feels like when you hear Shakespeare characters talk to each other, God is invoked a lot in just normal conversation. That's normal to do. And so they're just very receptive. They're not very creedal. I didn't get I only got a couple Trinity arguments, and half of them were from Muslims there. So they're very non-combative, very open to getting more truth. And so the church is growing. There are a couple problems though. For example, when they decided to introduce a more rigorous self-reliance program, and some of those checks went away in favor of teaching them skills, half the members of one branch decided that the church was not for them anymore, apparently. So you do have some of they're so open to like hearing about the church and everything that you kind of get the opposite problem of like in the United States, you could have somebody that like gets a testimony of the Book of Mormon and there's like, but my family and my job and stuff. And so they put it off for years or they just don't get baptized. In Africa, it's kind of the opposite. It's like, I like this. Sure, I'll get baptized. And they might not like stick around. So it's just a very interesting dynamic. And it's like the front lines. I think it's probably what Kirtland was like a long time ago. There's a lot of upheaval. There's a lot of scandal that happens. There's a lot of messiness with like leadership because a lot of people don't know how to lead the church. He talks about one bishop actually who apparently multiple Sundays in a row decided to take up the whole sacrament meeting of him giving a sermon.
Oh.
So he was like trying to do it like the way that other, evangelical churches do it or something like that. and nobody had really like chained him. And this is a bishop. It's not like,
Well, maybe he was a really good speaker. I don't know.
yeah, maybe.
Oh,
But yeah,
dude.
it's just interesting article. You can kind of get a feel for the culture or feel for the people, what it's like over there, and just see the church from a perspective that's not your Lehigh, Utah, your Southern California, your middle of Virginia perspective that a lot of people are in.
Okay, cool. And before we exit this topic, I have to do the obligatory showing a picture of Luke Hansen teaching trigonometry in Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, this never gets old. What's the coolest thing you did in Africa when you were there, bro?
Baptize people, of course.
Okay, besides the warm fuzzy answer. All right, besides the warm fuzzy answer. What's the coolest thing you did?
That is the true answer, Cardin. However, the answer that you're looking for probably would be more along the lines of I had cat for my birthday. And it was pretty yummy.
Cat?
That was interesting. Yeah, cat.
You ate a cat?
Meow. Yeah. For my birthday. It's my birthday dinner.
Okay.
What?
It wasn't too bad. That was in Sierra Leone, not Ghana. But I did see people cooking dog.
I have so many
I
questions.
didn't try dog. They cooked it right next to us as we taught somebody a lesson.
A cat?
Yes.
Was it like
no, a dog.
someone...
That one was a dog. But I
it-
ate a cat.
Was it like a stray cat or like a pet cat?
I don't know where they got it from.
Okay.
A member arranged it for me. He just brought the stew to us. So I don't know what the process was to get it to me.
Gosh.
But it got there.
I mean,
It was
I
pretty
guess
good.
what is a chicken? You know what I'm saying? It's just some random
It's
bird.
just like a de-evolved velociraptor.
Yeah, it's just a default velociraptor. So I guess
mean, when I was in Ethiopia, I did not eat a cat. So I'm grateful for that.
okay. Wow. So hold on a second.
Sea turtle.
You
I've heard
ate-
of people eating sea turtle.
Really? Did sea turtle taste okay? How was that?
It was weird.
Wouldn't that be like super
Muscles, like,
chewy?
different. They're like not all in the same. Like our muscles are all striated one way. The sea turtles was kind of like a lump. I don't know. It was weird.
Wow.
Huh. Okay.
Didn't like it as much as cat.
Have you ever had rattlesnake?
No, they hate snakes. I don't think they eat them. They think they're like demons or something.
Oh.
Like
Really?
we were doing like outside activities on P Day, and all of a sudden, because it's like crowds of people, they're doing like their track and field type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, crowds of people go rushing over to the corner of the field, and they had found like a 6-foot long snake over there. And just like everybody was attacking it. They were throwing stones at it. Somebody was trying to whack it with a stick, but they got too close and got hit by one of the stones that somebody else threw. And so they're like walking out of there with just like blood coming up between their fingers, holding their head. And they eventually kill this thing. But when like the snake tries to like lash out at it, the whole crowd like whoa goes out and then goes back to kill it. And then wow, these are like adults. It's not like 10-year-olds. These are like 30-year-old people. And then they finally kill it and like immediately start setting up fires to cut it into 3 pieces and burn each of the 3 pieces so it can't like reincarnate or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait,
Don't
what?
like snakes.
So they burnt it in 3 pieces?
It's like zombies.
That's
You
what I
gotta
was told they were
dismember it
doing.
and then
Yeah.
burn it in different yeah.
Yeah, it's like kind of vampire zombie
Yeah.
practices that you hear about. Like it has to be the stake and the heart at midnight with the garlic and crucifix or something, whatever like that you see.
Jeez.
Now
All
we're
right.
talking some interesting
So-
stuff.
Yeah, so we got to go. We're already 3 minutes in overtime, but I will say we're going to do a morning show soon on this article. I'm going to read this opinion article by Davin Stevens about why the church is blowing up in Africa. And I want to go there, bro. I want to go there. And I think it's interesting where you say, wokeism will be introduced by, technology. And you think, within the next 10 or whatever years. And I just thought, we know how badly and how ungodly wokeism is. And I'm actually old enough to remember a life before the internet. Shocker, but I do. I was very, very young, but I do remember life before the internet. And in many ways, it was so much less stressful and judgmental. You were not worried like you're worried now that at any given moment, a news article might drop about how horrible you are. Well, you got to wait at least till the 8 o'clock news. You know what I'm saying? And like, they're just, now we got a 24-hour news cycle. Now everything's constant. Now everything's no delayed gratification. Like, I do remember a world before that. And in so many ways, it was just better. It was more natural and it was better. And I don't just say that with rose-colored glasses. But I think, you know, in this conversation, I realized something. This must have been what the Apostle Paul was talking about when he said, soon after I leave, false preachers will come in and try and teach you fake things. Like, think what the mission presidents and the elders that leave after their 4 or 5 year service in Africa, they think, oh man, this congregation is awesome. I just hope they stay strong through the inevitable wokeism that is going to come after. You know what I'm saying? And they talk about it and they warn against it and they write about it and they blog about it. But until you experience wokeism and all of this just cruel secularism, you don't know how to describe it other than like this godless thing where they say bad stuff is good and good stuff is bad. And you find yourself literally just rehearsing the scriptures of how everybody tried to explain it to you before you realized what it was. And you just think, wow. So this is what the Apostle Paul was talking about when he was trying to admonish all of these different young congregations not to go south and not to follow the wokeism of the first century CE, which is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I see in the chat, some guy says anti-Mormon. I'm from Apologia Church. Oh, that's funny. That'd actually be really funny if you were. That'd be absolutely hilarious. So anyway, thanks to everybody hanging out.
He should be very appreciative. It's like the one chat that wasn't a super chat that you've ever read.
Yeah, that's true. I was just about to thank everybody in the chat.
That's
the
a great
Arca
honor.
Study, the Y Gods, you know what I'm saying? Fidget the Crazy, as well as who are the next 5 that I see? Who are the next 5 that I see so I can give a shout out before we go? Rex Good. Oh, yeah. P.S. Rex Good. You made a joke about being a 6XL. Is that your real size? Because if so, I'll get you that shirt. But I think you also said 4XL in a different other shirt, and I got a 4XL for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We actually got 4XLs in this shipment. I think there's literally only like 3 to 5 of them or something like that. So if you want a 4XL, you better order fast. But we actually got some of the bigger shirts, and I think 4XL was the biggest request of the size that we had or whatever, because I know that it wasn't just Rex. There was like 3 other people that requested bigger shirts, and true or not true, those are the ones that flew off the shelves. Like all the smalls, the mediums, and the 3XLs were like gone like that overnight.
It's true.
Whereas like the large,
It was weird.
the large stack was just like the biggest stack at the end. I'm like, isn't that the most common size? Like right in the middle, right? So anyway, Rex Good, thanks for hanging out with us. Robert Hall, thanks for this super chat as well. And who else is there? Oh, that's that. Who's the fifth that we haven't seen? Oh, I can't see it. I've scrolled too far. But anyway, yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Okay. Is this cat right here? You know what I'm saying? Do you believe him? So on and so forth. Are you a Heartlander that's like, yeah, dude, no duh, this is a no-brainer? Or are you one of the Mesoamerican guys that's like, hey, no way. Heck no, we can't go with this, right? Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, for this and more, please make sure that you guys check us out at WardRadio.com.
I built a rocket in my basement. I'm gonna fly it to the moon. This supersonic is amazing. You're gonna feel my sonic boom. I'm flying higher and I'm never coming down. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me. We brought the funk into this function. We show up dressing to the nines. Okay. Never need an introduction. No matter what, we're feeling fine. I'm flying high and I'm never coming down. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. I can't stop. I'm never giving up because I'm way too hot to not be at the top. I can't stop. I'm never giving up because I'm way too hot to not be at the top. I'm flying high. look at me. Ladies, leave your man at home if he don't treat you like a queen. Yeah. Fellas, if you need a role model, then you can roll with me. Oh, I'm flying high.